for 5 minutes.
Ms. Carnahan, was Director Ray wrong when he said he didn't agree with the process that was followed in selecting the site in Maryland?
I asked my general counsel to look into all of the concerns that were raised in Director Ray's letter, and they found those to be without merit.
He says, we have concerns about fairness and transparency in the process and GSA's failure to adhere to its own site selection plan. So he didn't just say there were problems. He said you didn't follow your own rules. And you say that's not true?
Our general counsel found that we did follow all of the rules.
What do you say? You're the boss.
I agree that we followed all of the rules.
So Senator Kane's wrong as well when he says irrevocably undermined and tainted and this decision must be reversed. He's wrong as well?
Look, there are a lot of people who are interested in where this site goes. We ran the most fair and
Well, I'm interested too. I don't want it to go either place. I don't think we should be rewarding the FBI with the same FBI that said pro-life Catholics were extremists, the same FBI that retaliated against whistleblowers, the same FBI that censored Americans. That's not Jim Jordan. We know this. We've seen the domain perspective about what happened at the Richmond FBI. We've had whistleblower testimony in front of Congress telling about how they've been retaliated against. And we know they censored Americans. The Fifth Circuit told us that. So I don't want it to go to either place. Frankly, if it goes anywhere, it should go to Huntsville, where they already got all kinds of land, all kinds of space, and all kinds of operations. But I am concerned about this process. How long did Ms. Albert have the position where she could overrule the three-person panel? How long was she in that position?
So Ms. Albert was the head of the Public Building Service for GSA. She was in that position for, I think, 2 years. We made the decision.
How long has she been at GSA?
I believe she started in July of 2021.
Okay, so she was there a couple years, but she's recently left?
Correct.
And she left before the decision was made public, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So you say that Senator Kane is wrong in his assessment and Director Ray is wrong in his assessment as well?
We ran a fair and transparent process, Congressman. That was my directive to our team, we did that in the extreme. Every document that we've used to make any of these decisions is available online. I would encourage you to take a look at those.
Correct me, maybe I'm wrong, but didn't a three-person panel looked at all of this and they made a decision, and then that was overruled by Ms. Albert, who had been at GSA for all of 2 years, and then she left. After she overruled, she left before you guys make the decision public. Isn't that how it played out?
So I want to just focus on a term that you're using, and that is overruled. The normal process for GSA when it makes site selections is to have a panel that makes some recommendations. They look at a lot of things and they recommend. But we then have the senior real estate professional at the agency make an ultimate decision. In fact, sometimes those decisions are different. The interesting thing is
how often have they been different?
The most interesting thing is that in this case...
How many times has this happened where the panel suggests one thing, recommends one thing, and then one individual who's in this position that Ms. Albert had comes in and overrules? How often does that happen?
Let me tell you the most relevant time that...
No, that's not what I asked. I asked how often has it happened?
So I'll have to get back to you on that number, but there is a very relevant
situation. Is it rare?
Situation.
Is it often? Is it all the time? Can you give me that?
In this particular project, it happened. Because in 2014, when all of the sites were looked at originally, there was a panel. It down-selected dozens of sites to 3.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 were in Maryland.
Okay.
The Site Selection Authority, over that, the equivalent of Ms. Albert, decided that wasn't right and picked 2 in Maryland and 1 in Virginia, the site in Springfield. So in this project, there is a history.
That still begs the question I'm asking. So you've had it happen twice in the same project. How often does it happen anywhere else? That's an important answer for us to have. And when we're evaluating how you did this, particularly in light of what the chairman and Mr. Connolly just said, that there's going to, and I assume the ranking member agrees with this too, there's going to be an inspector general investigation in all this. So we kind of like to know that answer. It's a pretty important fact. If you say if it only has happened twice and it happened on the same issue, this FBI headquarters, which many of us on this side don't want going to either Maryland or Virginia, frankly, in light of what the FBI has been up to regarding the American people, that's pretty important. And I agree with the chairman. I think an inspector general investigation is exactly what is needed to get to the bottom of this. And if we find out this hardly ever happens, but happened twice with the FBI headquarters, holy cow, that I think tells us something in and of itself. And my time has expired, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you, gentlemen.